Hi, everyone. Welcome to Talk of Titusville, live with the candidate. Christopher Childs is here today. He's running for the City Council seat two.
Two. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and I am Alicia Murphy, your host. I'm a local here. And let's get to you, Chris. Tell
I'm
us a little bit about you.
okay. I'm Christopher Childs. I am a husband, a father, a grandfather. I know I don't look it, but I am a grandfather of one. I have one, and I'm a small business owner, and I am on the Titusville Planning and Zoning Commission. And um, my businesses, one of them was a Christmas shop at Titus Landing. It's now completely online now, and the other business I have is a ticketing business. But yeah, so yeah, I have four children, and three of them are adults, and then one of them is a 5-year old.
Mhm.
It's a little bit, I got remarried and stuff, just how stuff
Restart.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my 5-year old's great, and so she's an aunt already since I have a granddaughter. She's an aunt
Wow. Yeah.
at 5 years old, so she's learning politics and stuff now too. So,
It,
but
it's good.
yeah, so and she'll be going to kindergarten this August. So yeah.
You're gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna
yeah,
be
for
there
sure,
to
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
cry and say, let him off
I'm
the
kind of over
school,
that. I've had three other children graduate and everything too. So
right?
I've been
So,
through the whole litany of it. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
my kids are 10 years apart.
Oh, that's
So,
wow.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
one boy, one girl.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
just two. Yeah,
yeah, just two. That's good.
yeah,
10 years apart. I
yeah.
reset that biological clock,
Yeah, yeah. I guess maybe I was thinking of stopping at two, but then I think I forgot how babies are made. So, but it happens.
It happens.
It
It
happens.
happens. So, what keeps you busy in your like your downtime? What are some things you like to do?
I mean, I love nature here. I love riding my bike. Chain of Lakes is really nice. I do
Mhm.
Wish-Off Trail sometimes. Enchanted Forest, I live right uh on the north side of Enchanted Forest, and it's in my backyard. So, but
You get all
I
the
like to
deer.
go. Yeah, I got deer, hogs.
Oh
Hogs tear up
yeah.
my. That's my first first thing at city council. Do something about the hogs. They have torn up my yard so much.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy, and my neighbors are like, "Oh, I see the hogs at your yard. They don't hit anyone else's yard, just mine. I don't know. They love my
There's
yard because
something
I'm
in
like
that
right there by the forest, and
forest, yeah.
there's no other houses on
They
the
can
other
get back
side.
in real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's
Send them over
I
for
know,
your
like,
enchanted.
and maybe some bacon for
Yeah.
breakfast. But yeah, I love going to the Enchanted Forest too, and
It's a nice place to
yeah,
walk.
and I used to have jet skis, and we like to do the jet skis, and I used to actually have a sailboat that I sailed up and down
Oh,
on
nice.
the Indian River Lagoon, and that was cool. That was fun. But I'm a programmer, so a lot of my other downtime is working on my business or working on some other project that
Yeah.
involves like programming a website. So
Analytics or something, I
or
read.
just
Yeah.
programming. I mean, I've done a
Programming.
lot of that in my career. I worked for healthcare organizations. I worked at Johns Hopkins and Cedar Sinai, and I
New
helped
York.
them. Yeah, I worked in New York. Yeah,
Okay.
NYU Langone. Yeah, in North Carolina. I worked up in Michigan. But I helped doctors' offices go to electronic medical record or switch from either paper to electronic or from one electronic system to another, and did some custom programming for them, and sometimes we do reports and stuff, and I did a lot of metrics, for them to see if they're improving
Right.
things and stuff. Some were just for government,
Streamlining it.
some were
Yeah.
government, and you know how government things are.
Yeah.
They're like they call it meaningful use, and the doctors would always say, "Is it really meaningful? Is this really?" And so they weren't because they're just things they had to hit for that. But we had other metrics too we wanted to hit that
Right.
we had decided the doctors wanted to hit.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, but yeah, so that's kind of my background.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And your wife's or your business with the Christmas shop.
Yeah.
Let's give it a plug. What's the website?
Downhomechristmasshop.com.
Thank
And
you.
it's the English spelling of shop. So like shoppy, some people say, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
The
SHO,
shoppy.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
PPE, right?
Downhomechristmasshop.com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to, that store, I loved it. It
Thank
was
you.
sad to see it go.
I know.
It
Yeah.
was a good shop over
It was a
there.
tough decision. We made a lot of, what was so cool about it was making custom, because we did custom
Customers,
ornaments,
yep,
custom wooden ornaments and engraving and stuff. And like doing something, someone would come in and say, "Oh, I need a horse ornament." And we didn't have one, but I would design one real quick and make one. And it was just cool being part of other people's Christmas
mhm,
memories. And it's I didn't make, I mean, to tell you the truth, I didn't make any money off of that, but it was so cool, like,
interacting,
with interacting
yeah.
with people, talking to people and being part of their Christmas too. I mean,
Mhm.
Christmas is a special time to me, and
You
that
had
was my
a
pay.
lot of interesting things in there too.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it was, yeah,
Tried to be unique and,
yeah,
be a
it was
nice,
a very unique shop.
thank
I
you.
used to go in there a lot.
I
So
appreciate
yeah.
that. Thank you.
So, all right. So let's get to the questions.
Okay. Yeah.
We're asking all the
Sure.
candidates the same ones.
Yeah.
Um, so North Brevard has seen significant growth and changes in recent years. What specific plan do you have to further stimulate economic development in our city? And how will you ensure this growth benefits all residents, including small business owners and low-income families?
Well, I think once again, being a small business person myself,
Mm,
I think I have a lot of value. I set a lot of value on small business. They are the biggest job creator in the United States, and probably also here. I would assume so. I haven't done the actual numbers,
right.
but they create jobs, and that helps everybody. That helps everybody here. I think we need to put more focus on helping people get businesses started, and really, it's up to the people too, to don't if you have an opportunity to start your own business, no matter what it is, whatever you love doing, I think you should try to do it. And there's a lot of people running too that are pro small business that can help you, at least try to getting through all the paperwork and stuff that you need, the insurance, and a lot of that stuff is kind of easy to at least research anymore. Like if you search for business insurance, and or what the city calls they call it business tax receipt. It's basically a business license for the city. It's called a business tax receipt, whatever that means. I guess you're paying the tax
You're
to
paying a
open a,
tax to have that
yeah,
business in the
right.
in this county
It
or
just sounds
city. Yeah,
weird. It's not like
right,
the normal thing that everyone's looking for. Even when I was looking for, I was looking for a business license, and I'm like, where is this thing at?
right.
Like,
Yeah,
so I think we need to like make it on the front page of Titusville.com of, all right, this is how you start a bit. At least, with us, with Titusville, this is how you open a business. And if you're opening a physical business, you have to also go to the county
correct.
and get a thing there. And then also the place that you have it at has to have a certificate of occupancy. And there's a lot of things to go into it, and I think we need to make it easier for them to go through. Now if you go up and talk to somebody, they'll help you. I mean, anybody at city hall will help you right now, but a lot of people today are very reliant on going on a website, looking it up, and trying to do it
The news
themselves.
gen,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
talking to people on phones is, it's not my thing either. I don't like talking to people on phones either, but that's how um that's how it is right now. But I think if we made it easier online to get those businesses started, and if everyone does their part of trying to start their own business, and not just them, but then the people here need to support that business.
right,
I'm not salty at all about my Christmas shop.
right.
It's not for everybody, and I tried it, and I don't blame it. I had a lot of great customers,
Yeah,
and I love them. I still talk to some of them today. They still order from us. I love them. I think Titusville showed us a lot of love. Not every idea is gonna work, and that's what's tough, is not
right,
everything's gonna work, and you have to keep going. And that's what I'm doing too. But uh, but if you're looking for something, I think the first thing you need to ask yourself as someone here Is there a local business I can go to get this? Is there a
Right.
local business that can help me with this? So it's not just, you can elect me and I'll do my part to help a small business and stuff and make it easier for you to navigate. But it's also up to you to help support those small businesses, to help
Shop
them,
local.
yeah, to shop
And Talk
local.
of Titusville is very big with that.
Yeah,
Every Monday, there is a post. If you have a local business, it's a free listing. Post it in Michael's, that Talk of Titusville post and post your small business.
that's a great
And
plug. It's a
yeah,
great plug, yeah.
yeah, there's the plug. Yeah.
It's good
You
though. I
know,
know. I,
a
you
lot of
know,
people don't know because
yeah,
we don't allow on our group on the Talk of Titusville group page, we don't allow business posts.
yeah,
But every Monday there's a post there that you can post your business there. And people are always coming on there looking for small businesses, local places.
yeah.
And Titusville does come strong on those posts and let everyone know who they're using. So they get a good variety.
Yeah, and
So
I've seen some of the posts, and they
yeah,
Talking Titusville had shared some of my posts before, and
right.
I know you're big supporters of that.
Yeah.
So I am too, and I really appreciate that, and I think there's a lot of support here locally for small businesses, but everyone has to do their job.
Yes.
Start a business, support the business, and then we can keep jobs here, we can keep money here
Yep.
in the city. And actually my business, my ticketing business online, I bring a lot of money into Titusville because I don't really have any client. My brother's a sales guy and he's out in Arizona. So
Mhm.
I actually bring a lot of money to Titusville. So you're welcome.
Yeah,
But
you're planning and zoning.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. So that's my plans.
but you also know how to navigate stuff
Yeah.
and get people through with you being in the position where you're working on the planning and zoning as well.
I mean,
So,
and we don't deal with like businesses, but
n-
zoning and stuff, which is definitely important
right,
because you need to have a certain zone if you're going to open up a physical business for sure. And the physical business is the toughest. So,
right.
you have to have a lot of money to do that. But there are small business loans that you can get. I think that's something that we're lacking here is a small business administration office. I think the closest one, and I think someone in the chat can correct me if you want to, but I think the closest one may be in Merritt Island or Cocoa or
It's
somewhere
pretty
down
big.
there. So it's like
Sure.
it's a national organization that helps they'll help you for free. They help you for free. You go
Oh,
in
wow.
and say, "Hey, I want to start this kind of business." They'll help you do research. They'll give you some numbers for it. And see, see,
See, who
people don't
knew?
even know.
Did not know.
Small Business
No
Administration.
idea.
They'll help you
So,
get loans and grants, and they'll at least advise you on how to do that, how to fill out the paperwork, how to get a loan from a bank and stuff on small
well, that's
business.
good.
So yeah, so obviously I'm always open to helping people. I've had people reach out to me when I ran before too and say, how do I get a business here? And this is what I want to do. And I'll give them advice. I don't, I love
Awesome.
helping people.
That's great.
So
So, all right. So, anything else on that?
no, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good.
So with the increased population and economic activity in North Brevard, there's a growing need for improved infrastructure and public service. How do you plan to address the current challenges related to transportation, utilities, public safety, and what are your priorities for future investment in these areas?
Well, as we all probably know that this is this is a
The
big
big one.
price tag.
Yeah.
Big price tags for everything, streets and sewer pipes, water, yeah, transportation, which is really more county stuff right now. But well, unless you count streets or whatever, but
Yeah.
public safety, police, and my biggest focus is sewer and clean water. So clean
Yeah.
water, and we need to update any of the sewer stuff. I know we're doing some tests on the infrastructure, and I think what we really have to do is do a survey of all the sewer pipes.
Like a smoke test or like a,
More than that, more because right now, the city doesn't even know all the age of all the pipes everywhere. Um, doesn't know how big they are, if they're a 4-inch pipe or not. I think we at least need to do some sort of survey. I'm not saying, I'm not laying out the whole plan here,
No, no, just
but
an
there's a
idea.
certain survey that, survey to get a good idea of what kind of pipes we have where, what the age of them are, and then prioritize replacing those pipes. And
To get
I
us
know,
water pressure.
yeah, but like sewer, so we don't leak.
Leak
All of a sudden, they're
stuff in the
leaking
river. Yeah,
stuff all in the river. And I think some of the people in office right now, they've had that time to fix it. And I think, if you've been in there 8 years, there should be something to show for it. And I really think that you should give me a chance to get in there and see what we can do with that. But
and you,
I,
you,
cl-
you
yeah.
you hit on that clean water.
Yeah. So clean water, the right to clean water amendment was passed by over 82% of the people in Titusville in 2022. City council blocked it because they said it wasn't put on the ballot properly, like clean water wasn't defined properly for the voters. The supervisor elections disagreed with that, and two judges disagreed with that and said to go ahead and put it on, adopt it and add it to the charter, and they haven't. And that specific right to clean water would have helped the local developer for Titusville Mall is trying to update that.
Right.
There's a there's an ongoing issue with some pollutants on his property that's caused by someone else. I'm not gonna go into names,
I
but
know.
anyway.
So
And so, if we had that amendment, he could sue to at least just get remedy. We're not talking about suing people and getting $1 million.
remedy the issue.
Yeah, fix it and make
Right.
sure it doesn't happen again.
Right.
Remediate,
Remediate the issues.
fix,
Yeah.
make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's stopping some of his funding. I did see an email today where he was saying that that the I think FDEP, which is Florida Department of Environmental
Yes.
Protection,
Yeah.
had said that they were gonna do like a stop action type thing, no further action required.
So he could
But that's
proceed.
really a
Yeah.
stopgap. That's not
Yeah.
a fix. That's not a we need to clean this up. That's yeah, we know it's polluted,
Push
and
it off to
now
the
but you can
side.
go ahead and build,
Yeah.
which is not it's not safe for
It's
everybody.
not fixing the
I mean,
issue.
because when the water table is not that far underground, you have those getting into our water, and that's what we need to fix. We need to
And which
fix
way it's
that.
flowing is another
Right.
thing.
Who-
That's another issue in itself with that
So we
problem.
just need to make sure, and I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong with the sewer, and that's why there's incompetence or anything. It's just that they were put in years ago. Not even this city council did it.
Mhm.
They're put in. No one really said, "Hey, we got this pipe here, and this is the age of it." It's just we need to go back and survey and find out what's where so we can figure out what we need to fix and the priority of that, when to fix it, because these things cost millions of dollars, and we don't need to increase the taxes for everybody. So we have to figure out where the funding is going to come from. We have to figure out first how much it's going to cost, and what we need to replace and when. So
Right.
then we can make a budget for how are we going to do that, and not increase taxes for everybody unless we really need to. But I think if we can find that too. So
Do you know if there's like so we're I'm not gonna say like grants that you can get for
there are a lot of
infrastructure,
there's a lot of
stuff like that?
grants for stuff like that. And there's some there's some other things. Yes, there's things
There's
they
ways
can
to work.
there are, but
Yeah.
a lot of it's still going to come to the taxpayer paying, because it's not going to be that much. I don't know that you can get it for everything, and there's certain restrictions or criteria that you had to have in order to get some of those. So
Okay.
that's why we also need to figure out what our plan is, so then we know if we meet
And-
that criteria.
Yeah, and
You know.
get somewhere
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
future.
yeah.
Worry
We need to
about
know
it.
where we're at first, and then
Right.
go from
And
there.
work from there.
I mean, we already know that we spill sewage into the river. We know
Right.
that.
Yes,
So we need to fix
a
it.
few times.
And we need to be more proactive instead of reacting to when something happens like
Right.
that. So
So,
yeah.
all right. So the next one is engaging with the community and maintaining transparency in decision-making are crucial for public trust. What measures will you implement to ensure that residents of North Brevard are actively involved in the political process and have access to clear, timely information in local government actions and policies.
Well, maybe we can have a game show and get people. I'm joking, but really, it's so like trying to get people's attention, you know.
Yeah.
And I think the more that people interact and come to meetings or respond to the city's posts or any of the city council members' posts about what's going on in the city, I think if you show up and message and make your voice known, I think that you will get a different reaction from the city and from the county too, because the county's shutting down people. You can shut down one person sitting there that comes like every time you have a meeting.
Right.
And it's easy for them to just say, just stop, sit down, or we'll have the deputies take you out or whatever. But when all of you show up, when 10, 20 people show up, they can't do that same thing. So, but so that's the citizens part of showing up.
Showing
My
up.
part as an elected official would be to make sure that we're responding to your request. So you put a comment on the Titusville um, social media page saying, "Oh, well, what time is this meeting?" It'd be a good idea if someone can respond saying, "Oh, it's at 6 o'clock."
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
or any other question. That's not going to take a paragraph to write.
No.
Something just a simple responding to people, because that's how a lot of people communicate with the government right now. You're going on social media and you're reading their stuff. We think it's important enough to put on social media,
Yes.
so maybe we should respond on
On
social media.
and Titusville police are very good with that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
firefighters
the
too.
firefighters, they all seem
Yeah,
to be very
I
interactive
think
on
so.
that social media,
Yeah.
so.
But they're not like doing the policy things and stuff like that. So they're doing fun stuff.
They are.
They only get to do the serious stuff. I mean, they do a serious job, but when they post stuff, they're trying to get people, involved and
Involved and
engaged.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
At night, they put that post up at 9 p.m. about locking your car doors and
yeah,
reminding you of that and stuff like that, which I think is kind of cool and stuff.
yeah. No, it's
So it'd
great.
be nice if all the departments put that up to
Yeah,
remind everyone.
and I'm a big technology guy. I mean, I'm a computer programmer, so I love technology, and I want to see us involve that more in some of the city operations as well. So not just the social media stuff, but what about like since I opened the business, you had to get like the building department to come in and stuff,
Right.
and what do you call it, inspect and stuff, and also the fire department. But what it would be nice is like, when you have someone to come fix your refrigerator, or fix your stove or whatever, or come do cable TV, right?
Right.
They'll say your technician is on its way, on his or her way or whatever. It'd be nice if we can get something like that for the city. And I'm not, it just takes it could be a system integration where it makes it like, hey, they click that they're on their way, and then it sends a message to the thing, to the system, and the system sends out an email or text,
Right.
just like all these businesses do. The
Right.
technology is there.
It's there.
I
You
know.
just- yes.
I use it. I implement it all the time. So it's there. Simple things like that make the people feel like the city's listening to me. The city is doing a great. They're providing a service, because that's what the city is really here for, is to provide infrastructure, the water, the electric, and to make sure that the roads and the lights and
Yeah.
just public safety, police. So that's their thing, but really they're a business. And I think, I'm not saying run it totally like a business, but you should have good customer service just like a business. And then because you want people to feel like they belong here, feel like they're safe here, that will help everything. That's like one of the foundation, and the clean water too. So clean water is a big foundation, and then people knowing that they're safe and they're taken care of, and they're being heard by the city. And I think that makes them happy.
Right.
And then when they're happy, then they go out and spend money in local businesses.
Right.
They feel like they want to see Titusville succeed.
Correct.
Yes. And so that it just kind of will build from there.
Right.
So you have to have a good foundation for that. and that involves everybody, not just the elected officials, but everybody doing their part, and the city as well, doing the communication, but also you asking questions to the city.
Right.
You know, you ask questions, even on social media. Ask questions, and if you have any questions, just put them out there and see if
You
you get
never
an
know.
answer. You never know who you're gonna get an
Yeah.
answer
Yeah.
from somebody, even
Somebody
if someone else, even if it's not the city, there might be someone else, on there that
that
can
can
answer your
answer it.
question.
And I do have a question.
Yeah.
What about the agenda and stuff? Do you think that should be available
Oh
to
yeah, and I think
people,
they're, yeah,
records be more
yeah,
accessible and affordable?
yeah,
That's the
right.
goal.
I know,
Yeah.
because some of them they charge,
Yeah.
right? Uh, Absolutely. And I know a lot of the reasons why they took it down a few years ago was because of ADA compliance, and it wasn't compliant, or their interpretation of it was that it wasn't compliant. I There's other cities that were doing it too, and they were like, well, I guess we'll just get sued over it. But and I know City Council just voted to go ahead and put them online,
Right.
but they also voted months ago to put it online, and then it still didn't happen. And I think that's where we, as city council, needs to follow up on things instead of having. I mean, it's nice that citizens brought it up at the meeting, and that's what pushed it forward.
Right.
It really shouldn't take that, though. As someone who's been elected to represent you, and keep your interest, um, yeah, and keep your
Yes.
interest going there, and have your interest, at top of mind. I I think they should have been able to push that through without having some pushback from the citizens.
Right.
That really, that's like, your boss asking you to do something, and then you put it off, and then they're like, "Hey, did you do this yet?" "Oh yeah, let me do it
Oh,
right
wait, that's
quick." Yeah.
insubordination
Right.
when you do, like,
Right.
you could be terminated for that.
Right. Well,
Like,
maybe some people need to be terminated. So I don't know. I mean, from elected. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
not.
I got where you're going.
I'm not getting you in trouble,
No,
or
no,
maybe me, but
yeah, no, they
I'm talking about the election, not
election,
the
yeah,
people who work there. There's a lot of good people at the city, and they do a great job, and they do what's asked of them, and that's what we want, is for them to be asked to do their job.
right,
So I think we just need to ask, and we shouldn't have to follow up with them and say, "Hey, has this been done yet?" And them really not even know.
right,
And it's something that was important to people. I think getting information to people, it's a fundamental American idea
right,
of you having access to everything the government has, because you are the government.
right,
You are the government. Those are your records. You should be able to get them whenever you want to.
right,
They are your records. They don't belong to any individual in the city. They belong to all of us, and they need to
right,
be made available to all of us. And I'm not saying it has to be instantaneous all the time for everything, because there's some things they have to prepare and stuff, and some things there's private information, like your social security or anything else like
right,
that, that's private information, but everything else should be there
yeah,
online
yeah,
for
they
you to
actually
get.
just implemented, I don't know if you've seen it, but they implemented the things that will protect your title on like the
Oh,
home
the
and
title, yeah,
stuff.
the home title,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
thank
home
goodness,
tile. So
yeah.
now if someone inquires about it, you'll kind of get a
Yeah,
notification
that's
because
great
there's
too.
been people, I guess,
Steal people's houses.
stealing people's
Yeah,
homes.
isn't that
So, but
crazy?
it's nice to see that they were proactive on that,
Yeah.
and they did send an email out about that.
Yeah, because I
So,
don't know if it happened in our county or not, but I think it had been happening in other places.
yeah,
And then, but yeah, that was good.
yeah,
Yeah, that's great when you don't have to be told to
it's
do
a
something like
proactive
that. Yeah,
thing.
be
Yeah,
proactive about.
proactive.
It's definitely a positive.
It
That's
helps.
what I'd like to do.
Yeah,
I think, in your own, if it was your company and you're not proactive, you're gonna fail.
right.
So,
And
yeah,
yeah,
for
they,
sure. For sure.
proactive
It's
is
already hard to keep a business
yes.
going, but if you're not proactive too, you're gonna fail faster if it's already a tough
And
business.
the
So
city of Titusville is a business.
it is. It really is. It's a
So it's
corporation
a
in Florida.
corporation, yeah.
And so
So,
they need to treat it like a corporation, and that includes cutting things that they can cut, so we don't increase our taxes here too.
right.
I think, oh shoot, what was the number? they're increasing it. Sorry, not 9. There's a
Oh, the four,
the
oh,
new
I saw,
rollback rate.
yeah, the
Yeah,
rollback rate, it
can't
was,
remember what it is right now.
and
Is it
it,
3.6, 3.6 or something like
yeah,
that? 3.6. So
and that's
raising people's taxes.
tentative until they
Yeah,
go,
until they vote on it. Yeah, they start
until
to
they go and, what's the word? Where they crush
the
the
bit.
numbers,
Yeah,
they crush the numbers and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
so,
It's and they had to still discuss it and stuff
yeah,
and see see the whole budget.
right,
But that's something they don't do at all during the city council meetings is like go through all the budget or anything.
that's a,
'Cause
that's
you
a
know,
lot of
I know it
lines.
is. No, I know it is. I don't expect them to, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's when you're going there to talk about it, you don't go and expect to see each line item and oh, this department spends this much on that or whatever. You
Right,
can see the categories in the budget. The budget's online right now, and you can see what it was at least for 24, and some of the other years before. But and you can go through and see what they're spending, at least the categories they're spending money
right,
on. I think like
and
I've
what they
worked,
budgeted, and then
yeah,
what they actually
I,
spent, a
y-
negative or positive
yeah,
line,
yeah.
so, yeah,
And I think, I worked at corporations and stuff, and a lot of times what would happen is, look, things are tough,
mm,
and so each department needs to come back with things that you're gonna cut, what you're gonna cut.
yeah,
We
what they
need you
need
to
to
cut
do,
3%
yeah,
out of your budget somewhere, anywhere. Just come back with things you can cut. And I think if we really want to represent the citizens and make sure that their taxes aren't raising every year, that's what we need to do. We need every department to say, just try to find some stuff that you can cut.
yeah,
And see if there's anything and come back to us with what you think can be cut, and we'll talk about it and discuss it and see if
right.
we can
It's
or
their
not.
departments, they know
Yeah,
what they need,
there's got to be stuff you can cut. I even
yeah,
in my personal budget, I've cut things.
we had
Cut things
to,
all the time. We have,
yeah,
I know,
we had
we
to,
have to,
we had
right?
to buy food, so what are we losing?
Doesn't this city need to do that too?
Yeah,
They need to be able to go through and cut things that you need to cut.
right,
We all have to do it, and that means the city as well, because you're like anyone else. We're not gonna just, you know, uh,
and we're not eliminate, but just moderate, like,
yeah, cut
yeah,
things. No,
cut
you're
things
not,
small,
and it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be, no, you can't do any more printing. But can we cut down on printing of things? Just little, even little things. But if you do enough of them, it adds up.
right,
So just tell us what you can cut. And I don't know. I haven't seen like the detail of that, if they've done that at all in any of the budgets. Like, hey, have they asked them, is there stuff we can cut? But that's definitely something I would ask, is say, come back to us with things that you can cut.
cut, yeah,
Just because, just to see. I mean, if you don't get them thinking about it, they're not just going to offer it.
right,
I mean, that's same thing in corporate. They didn't just come through and say, "Hey, boss, we can cut this." Like, no, they want to keep as much money as they
right,
can,
right,
because they want to be comfortable doing their job, and that's fine. But try to have them make the hard decisions. We all have to make hard decisions in our lives, and really, the city is our lives as well. So they need to take that on as well, and see if they can, make the hard decisions of something they can cut.
right,
So we don't have to keep raising taxes on
yeah.
people.
So do we have anyone out there with any questions? Michael, you see any on other platforms? I don't see none.
Yeah, just fire away if you have any.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask away.
I'm an open
Give it a
book.
couple, yeah.
Open book. Really. My favorite color is green. Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
you don't
like,
like green?
no, I don't like green.
Well, the
This is
green.
always a bit.
All right.
I
Here's a
don't like green.
here's a trivia thing for it. Green, you can see the more variations with green with the human eye than any other color. More variations of green can be seen with the human eye than any other color.
I like purple. Sorry.
And that's not even like a prime color. But yeah, yeah.
I did,
Yeah, purple. Yes, no, it's good. It's a good color. Well, yeah, I guess it is in the rainbow. Yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
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 Oh, could you take blue and red and you get
Yeah.
purple?
You still mixing like those
Opposite
two.
on the
Yeah.
color wheel is yellow, if you
Yeah.
didn't know, so. Small little things I remember from art class. So, you see anything, Michael? Nope.
Yeah, if you,
All right, so what I'm gonna do is let everyone know, like, if you have any questions, please post them here, or you can go to your
you
website.
can go to my Facebook, which is
Yep.
facebook.com/votechilds. You can go to votechilds.com.
Yep.
I'm on Twitter at votechilds. I try to get votechilds everywhere. So it's votechilds everywhere.
Right.
Um, and
You have a yard sign request on your page?
well, you just ask me, you just
Yeah.
message me, email me. I think you can contact me on my website, votechilds.com. There's a contact thing. My phone number is also on there if you want to call me and talk about anything you want to talk about. I'm open to hearing any of your concerns and questions. So, yeah, votechilds.com.
All right, well,
Votechilds
it was
everywhere.
great meeting you.
It was very nice meeting you too.
Great having you on this
Thank you.
program, and I do appreciate everyone. And until next time, please check the Talk of Titusville event page, and the next candidate will be listed. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.